In the decentralized and distributed world of podcasting, trust is paramount. How much do you trust the myriad service providers all along the chain who get your episodes to your listeners' ears? Hello and welcome to another Podcast Pontifications with me, Evo Terra. The impetus for yesterday's episode was, as it turns out, inaccurate. Now, the speculations and implications I brought from said impetus are still very real. So the episode, the article, and the video, they're all staying up. I will be posting a clarification as part of those, and as well as a correction. And that happens sometimes when you get ahead of a story. And even though this show that I do, Podcast Pontifications, is all about speculation and what-if scenarios, that's what you tune in for, it's still the trustworthy thing for me to do to say, hey, that information about that beta was not accurate. Because trust is a big deal. Trust is a big deal in podcasting. You and I, we both trust certain people with certain points of view. I'm assuming you trust my opinions about things because you're watching and or listening and or reading to my words. I don't have all the answers, but I just have lots of questions, but still, you tune in. There are other pundits out there like myself. There are plenty of authors who write about podcasting. There are experts and there are gurus, and you place some, all, or no trust in many of those because you have to. You have to trust the hosting providers, or possibly that you utilize. And yeah, that's a commoditized industry. Most hosting providers perform similar or the same services. The differences are on the edges. And what you're using right now probably fits your needs, so you have plenty of trust with them. But what about the future? You trust your current podcast hosting company to have your best interests in mind when it comes to future applications of the podcasting world? And then what about all of the middle-level players? Think apps and directories where you don't really have much connection with them. How much do you trust their ability to play nice with your podcast hosting company? How much can you trust the stats that they will provide back to your hosting company? How much do you trust their ability to ingest the new tags and changes coming to podcasting? How much do you trust their ability, those apps and those directories, to properly display your show to people the way you wanted it to display so that they can then turn around and consume it in the appropriate way? How much do you trust the people that are on your podcasting team? Sure, the audio engineers that you use, but also assistants that you might use, designers you might utilize, people who book guests and run all the things behind the scenes, your accountant, all of these things. I rely on a lot of people inside of my company, Simpler Media, and I have to trust all of them because I have no ability to micromanage people. I have no desire to micromanage people. So instead, I just find people who I can trust and make sure that they're doing the best job they possibly can and helping them along the way. How much do you trust the peers that you have in podcasting? You have to have peers in podcasting and trust them to stay on top of all the things that you can't. I'm kicking out episodes 4 days a week. Do you listen to every single one of them? Probably not. Maybe your peers in your program do. If nothing else, your peers can catch up on other things that you have missed and also act as a sounding board for you and bring new ideas to you so that you stay on top in front of things as they happen. How much trust do you have in the associations that you as a podcaster might belong to? Do you trust the network that you are part of or other sorts of groups that you are connected with? I guess most importantly, how much trust do you have in yourself as a podcaster? Do you trust the fact that you are doing what's right for you? Are you giving yourself the freedom as a podcaster to do what's right by you and therefore do what's right by your audience? Honestly, some of my trust in some of those areas has been eroded recently. But, that's the thing about trust. It's far too easily lost. It's very hard to win back. Now, tomorrow, we're going to discuss, not here on Podcast Pontifications, we're going back to Clubhouse, back to the Clubhouse. Well, we'll do that at least until Twitter Spaces can make a few more tweaks so I can try it over there. The topic will be changes that Apple has bringing to all of us, some of which, as I just mentioned, might be a little different than what we originally thought, but still the speculation is there. And I'm sure this topic of trust is going to come up during that conversation on Clubhouse. So if you would like to join us over there, and really it's join in, you can listen if you'd like, but we need to hear your words as well. That's happening tomorrow, March 12th, 2021, 10 o'clock a.m. Los Angeles time, 1 p.m. New York City, and 6 p.m. London tomorrow. That will be taking place on Clubhouse. There will be a link, as you might have guessed, in the episode details. If you can't make that showing, but you still would like to show your love and trust for me, fine. Please go to buymeacoffee.com/evoterra. That's one nice way. So, for those who will join me tomorrow, Friday on Clubhouse, see you then. For the rest, enjoy your weekend. I shall be back on Monday with yet another Podcast Pontifications. Cheers!